So what is going on, legends? Welcome back to another video here on Charged Up Jacks. If you're enjoying the content, before we get started, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, make sure to like the video to connect more lawn enthusiasts to the Charged Up Jacks channel. So early morning, as you can see, sun's about to peak, getting everything going. So we have the zero turn and everything charged up from last night. Inside our bay, we got all our batteries, all our tools that we need to conquer our day. I was meaning to make this video a little bit last week, but I didn't get the chance to, so we're making that video today. The EcoFlow, which is right there, and then there's a couple other batteries and tools that I have for my charging solution. I've been getting a lot of questions on Facebook and some other social media platforms asking, was the EcoFlow a good investment and how does it last on a regular route? So for an example, when I first got started, and I'm gonna walk a little bit just to kind of give you an idea. When I first got started, these are the size yards that I chose when starting my fully electric lawn care business. Now, mind you, all of the yards that I'm about to show you here in my neighborhood are what technically I would cut. So let me flip the camera around. So that yard would be a yard that I cut. That yard there is something that I'd cut. You can see that there's not a lot of yard. Here's my yard. So if you look at the size, and I share a yard with him, so my yard technically goes to that line. This is my yard. We're getting some good growth and it looks really healthy. I can't wait to cut this. We're letting grow a little bit more and then we'll hit it with a cut. I'm not a fan of this thing that's here because it would have made it look a lot nicer here in my driveway. But just to give you an idea of the size of the lot that I cut, and the backyard doesn't go that far back for me, so they're small yards. So on average, I was cutting about 10 to 12 yards without the EcoFlow. Now, a lot of people that know Ego and that have ever been subscribed to my channel, they said that, and even Instagram, they're like, yo, I don't know how much Ego's paying you to tell you that, you could cut 10 to 12 yards. Those are my size yards, right? Ego Z6 works for me. Like that, it just works for me. That's why I went with that model. I did go with a 60-inch deck. If you're a follower here on the channel for a long time, that's what I was using, and it was just overkill for the yards that I manage. So now with the EcoFlow box, I'm able to do about 16 yards. That's the max that I've done. On Wednesday, there is 17 yards on my route on this setup that I have, when people were saying, oh, there's no way that you can manage or handle that workload with this setup. Well, I'm here to tell you that it does work if your route consists of the type of stuff that I just showed you. So whenever I'm about to go out and do my route, there's a couple things here with the batteries that I do. So let's say I'm out and I'm doing my service. The EcoFlow is not plugged up at all. I do have a cord that I can connect to the lighter plug and it charges trickling, this, make sure that the F-150 is on. But as of right now, I don't do that at all. I just let the juice of the box of the EcoFlow just get down. And usually when I power the zero turn and charge that all at once, I'm charging 6 batteries at once, and I may get to 22% on the batteries, not these, but the ones in the zero turn. And then I plug up my EcoFlow to my riding mower and charge up those 6. But in order to stay on track and know exactly how many batteries have I used, the system that I've come up with is that as soon as a battery, so for an example, like there's a full battery, obviously because we're about to start our day. If this one's dead, I flip it upside down, and that lets me know throughout the day. And I know it might sound like, elementary, but I flip every battery that I use upside down, letting me know, hey, when you get a chance, charge it on the fast charger. Now, this one here, this charger is probably the nicest one that Ego sells, and it's a fast charger where you can track it via Bluetooth. So what I ended up doing is figuring out what the best solution was for me, right? Like I used to plug up 3 of these guys, the ones that I had inside my trailer, and it would drain that so quickly. And I wasn't waiting for it to go to flashing red I would just kind of plug them up. So the new way I do it is, is I use my batteries, right? So these are still good, so we're gonna flip them back over. I use my batteries, and then I only have one connection of this one plugged in. As you know, if you have any Ego tools, these fast chargers will charge these batteries pretty quickly, and it's not using as much output to charge, you know, multiple fast chargers. So I just use this one charger, especially when it's just me on a solo route. I grab that one battery, throw it on there. This fast charges from there to here. It's a quick plug into the back. Now that battery's good to go. So on the route, I'm constantly and consistently full, like completely full. And the cool part about it is that when the zero turn goes down to 0, and this box right now is at 100%, when I charge it from 100, when it's charged from 100 and I plug up the zero turn, it goes to about, I want to say about 47%. The box does, the EcoFlow. And that's still enough to charge the EcoFlow one more time if I needed to go and make, you know, let's say if I quoted a yard or another property needed to get service, or if my wife says, hey, this person called, you know, and they need their lawn service, that will let me plug that up one more time. And it may not get the mower to 100%, but it may get the mower back up to 60 to 70%. And then we're back in business to continue to do service. Now, what I want to do is, I've noticed that the top of my, you know, F-150 has a big enough roof or ceiling, whatever you want to call it, for 2 solar panels or 1 solar panel to be able to run this cords into the back here side of my truck and charge the EcoFlow a little bit differently than trying to drain or having to go buy an inverter so that my you know, truck battery doesn't die. But there's a couple different things that I'm looking at. Obviously, baby steps. We're getting into mowing season here in Jacksonville, and we're about to take this setup to the next level. So wanted to make this quick video with a small update. If you're enjoying the content, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, turn that notification on. And the goal for this month is to get to 600 subs. So if you know someone that likes this kind of stuff or that wants to learn how to start their own stuff, this is the channel for them. Also, the Charged Up podcast is dropping a new episode this week, so stay tuned for that. There'll be a link in the description. And you know what? The first step's the hardest step. Once you take that first step, anything is possible. And remember, I'm bald, and fear kills dreams.